What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about Bitcoin, and also I would love to update you guys on what's coming in a lot of these different altcoins, because we have massive percentage gains on a lot of altcoins. And although I'm not going to get into exact details of every single setup that I'm holding, just due to the nature of the VIP and stuff, I will share you guys what's coming in the altcoin markets as a whole, so that you can know whatever altcoin you're personally holding has a very high probability of following all of the other market leaders that are headed to that price. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So the very first thing that we're going to look at here is Bitcoin, and then we'll talk a little bit about some of the altcoins as well. So on top I have Solana, and on the bottom I have Bitcoin. The reason why I'm showing this to you is because every single coin and every single project has other coins that are leading. If you were to go look and find projects that are breaking out already, you'll notice that coins that have already broken out of their resistance levels are showing what's going to happen in the other coins that haven't yet. And that's really what we're doing here. On the bottom I have Bitcoin, and on the top I have Solana. And you can see that 50% correction that happened on Solana was basically the same correction that we saw over the summer on Bitcoin. And Solana already broke out and started seeing its upside, started going up. It's in a bull flag right now. Could easily see even more continuation. However, that move, that breakout that we saw in Solana is exactly what I'm expecting to have happen in Bitcoin. So if I take a horizontal line right here and show you, when Solana broke that resistance line, things got very exciting for Solana. And that's exactly what I'm watching for here in Bitcoin. We're watching for this resistance level to break above, this horizontal resistance right here. When we get above that level, we're going to see that same expansive, explosive type move that Solana saw in Bitcoin. So that means Bitcoin is worth $57,000 right now. That means Bitcoin is headed well above 100,000 per coin. I'll tell you that right now. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we get quite a bit higher. Obviously, the exact targets are VIP, but you guys, that's the type of move we're headed for in Bitcoin. And that's going to mean a lot of money is coming into the markets. You know, I think sometimes as humans, we forget just what's happening in front of our eyes. If we look at the U.S. debt clock, and we pull up the U.S. debt clock, and we just kind of look and see what's going on here for a second, and we come over here and we pull the total market cap as well. So now we have cryptocurrency total market capitalization on this chart. This is every single coin added together. And then we also have the US debt. All right, so we are at $28 trillion in national debt. An average of $86,000 per citizen, and an average of $250,000 per taxpayer. So we have a lot of debt. However, you know, some people look at this as a purely bad thing. And you also have to remember that it's not like we have assets too, right? And so the biggest thing, like if you have a business, if you have a company, even if you have some initial debt, the biggest thing is that you're producing more revenue than your debt, first of all. That's very important. And then second to producing more revenue than your debt, one of the very most important things that as a business we can do is to make sure that our debt is low. So as long as we're producing more money than we have total debt, and our debt is low, then we can say that that company is doing all right, right? Well, I would prefer no debt, you know, Debt is a tool that can be used to expand a business and a company. It's always better to have less debt, obviously, rather than more. But we have 28 trillion in U.S. debt. Well, total cryptocurrency market cap is 2 trillion, 2.3 trillion. We're actually getting ready, as you can see, we're getting ready to break straight through that resistance. Getting ready to push straight up through this resistance level. And when we get above this resistance, just like how we saw in Solana, how it saw that big expansive move out of its rounded structure here, when it broke its horizontal resistance, well, we're expecting the same thing to have happen in Bitcoin. In total market cap, which means your altcoins are going to take off like crazy as we start to move up like that in Bitcoin, and like how Solana already did. When we start doing that in total market cap, altcoins are going to go like crazy. And guess what? 2.3 trillion in debt. Take a look at this. This is crazy. That level, 28 trillion in US debt, total crypto market cap could head up. It's definitely, I personally think it's going to head to 20 trillion. It could go higher. We could give or take, right? I'm not going to try to tell you exact top price. We always scale in on bear markets and scale out in massive bull markets. But we have a long ways to go. This isn't going to happen in 1 month. This is going to happen in 3 to maybe 6 months. But when we break above that resistance in total market cap, we will go parabolic. And once we get to 8 trillion, 10 trillion, we're going to start getting closer. Cryptocurrency market cap is going to start getting closer to being worth the same amount as an entire country's debt. So what we are witnessing right in front of our eyes is a miracle. Cryptocurrency is a miracle. It's just whether you're taking advantage of that miracle or not. It's just whether you're going to let it pass by, whether you're going to watch as everything pumps, or whether you're going to buy and hold and ride that move. But we will absolutely go in for a larger degree of expansion here. And when we break out of this V shape, and by the way, you guys, this is never financial advice. I say this with a high degree of confidence because this is my trading journal. It's almost like I'm talking to myself. But my trading strategy is extremely effective. I've spent a lot of time perfecting it, a lot of years getting it down to a science I can teach to anybody. And when we break that horizontal resistance level and this market really starts to take off, if you thought that this was fun, I don't know if you were here in 2017, that was really fun. That was my first big fortune, like 19 and 20 years old, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars being made, extremely quickly. And so that was my first big fortune when Bitcoin hit 20,000. Well, if you thought that was exciting, and you thought this was exciting, just you wait, man. Just you wait. When we get above this horizontal resistance level and we start going in for another expansion, and all of this increasing volume and increasing price that has been taking place while institutional money has been massively accumulating, this huge, huge first sell-off pattern that is the 2018 bear market and 2017 bull market, that is a first sell-off. First sell-off. We're just barely starting to get into the media attention phase of the market cycle. We just barely broke the all-time high. So when we get above resistance and we start really going parabolic and all of this increasing volume starts playing out, you know what's going to happen, man? This shit is going to go crazy. I'm telling you right now. And we're going to make a lot of money really fast. So if we see 20x, 10x in total market cap, there's going to be some altcoins that do 10x, 50x, 5x, and there's going to be some altcoins that do 250 times. They're going to be really low cap. There's going to be NFTs that do 1,000 times gains. That's the type of movement we're headed into, you guys. And I know it seems hard to believe, but you just look, man. I would go shout this off the rooftops, but I've learned to wait to find people that are wise enough to listen. It's like, it's like you have wonderful wisdom, and just every part of your soul wishes that people would use this wisdom that you've acquired, that you know how this wisdom works, you've seen what it can do for you, and you've made a lot of money. You've made a lot of money doing it, and your friends have made money, your family's made money. You know, that's what we're talking about here, is I have some wisdom that I've learned from years and years of trading that we learned, me and my friends together, and for me to just tell every single person about that, I learned the hard way that doesn't work. I've learned to be wise and wait to share my knowledge with the people that are ready to listen, the people that are ready to learn, and the people that are actually going to take what I'm telling them and apply it. But yeah, this is what's happening here. Okay, I know it seems impossible, but you just watch. Don't believe me if you don't feel like it. I mean, you're going to be the one missing out on the money, the profits. But if you want to just be real skeptical and miss out on all the profits, don't believe me if you don't have to. This is Apple Computers. Okay? This is the first sell-off in Apple Computers. This is the first sell-off in cryptocurrency total market capitalization. Again, first sell-off in Apple Computers, first sell-off in total market cap. Okay? This is the V-shaped bottom that Apple saw in 2008. It had massive increasing volume, massive increasing price, had just broken out of its previous all-time highs, and saw a V-shape correction, massive correction. This V-shaped correction is this V-shaped correction right here. And although these market cycles rhyme with each other, like no two movies are the same, but they all have a hero, and there's always a hero's journey, that's a market cycle. No two coins are exactly the same, but we always have a hero, and it always has its hero's journey. When this starts to go vertical, when this price action starts to break out and go vertical here, we're going to see the same vertical move. And I know I'm going to get haters. I know I'm going to get people in the comments saying, Dallin, you have lost your freaking mind. Because I got those same people when I told them, when I said Bitcoin was going to go to 100,000 per coin, all the way back in 2017, I was calling for levels that we're headed to right now. And I'm not telling you this to brag or to boast. You have no idea how many times I've been humbled in my journey of learning how to invest. I'm telling you so you understand the psychology of what happens when you choose to be scared. Scared money does not make money. When you choose to be scared and fearful instead of taking advantage of what's right in front of your face. So this V-shaped recovery and that breakout is the same V-shaped recovery and the same volume profile that Apple Computers saw. Now, what happened to Apple Computers? This is what happened to Apple Computers. That V-shaped recovery was only the very beginning of the expansion. This is what I'm always saying when I say the previous cycle dwarfs. We dwarf. It's almost invisible, that V-shaped recovery. And the first sell-off is invisible. You can't even see the first sell-off. That's the type of expansion I'm talking about. All right, so let's talk a little bit about altcoins. Because I got real excited there over the Bitcoin. But you guys, I don't think you understand how excited I am. Like, I really wish people could see what I see. And there are people that see, by the way. Huge shout out to my one-on-one members, my VIPs. You guys are learning so fast. I get people messaging me, sharing charts with me, showing the waves that they're counting, the LA waves count. It's awesome. You guys are learning extremely quickly. And so, you know, by learning to not cast my pearls before swine, I have learned that even though there's a lot of people that aren't going to see this, I know inside of my VIP group and inside of my one-on-one program and the mastermind program that's starting up in a couple weeks, once all that's set up and my schedule's perfectly organized, everything's flowing in perfectly, you'll see what happens out of these three waves. You'll start to see what happens out of these three waves over the next couple weeks. And when we move into wave 3, you're going to see a massive gain. Massive. That's what I'm talking about. Parabolic growth. These are all three of these coins, Monero, Luxo, Veracity, these are all in the first sell-off. They haven't even went for their 3 waves yet. Total market cap already started its wave 3. All those coins that I just showed you are still right here. They haven't even broke horizontal resistance yet. Well, they started to. They started to break horizontal resistance. Amazing setups. But yeah, you guys, don't cast your pearls before swines with this stuff. A lot of people won't believe you until they see it, and it's their loss. So you just don't try to force that down people's throats. But I will say, my VIP members, you guys are freaking awesome. And same with my one-on-one members. You guys are learning so fast. It's incredible to see how quickly you guys are learning this stuff. All right, I don't want to get too long today. I got Zoom calls and stuff going on. Got a lot of money to make. Got some things I'm going to go do for fun today as well. But I just wanted to show you that these fib extension levels, I'm not going to talk about targets either because that's VIP member information. These fib extension targets are the targets that we use. I'm not going to tell you which ones, but that's the type of expansion that we see. We see massive breakouts to where all of these fib extensions start getting tested. All of those high, almost seems impossible sometimes if you haven't ever seen it happen, if you haven't witnessed it. Those high price levels, targets are all tested. So basically what I'm telling you guys is expect the market to go way higher than you planned because you all got burned in the bear market, I know. But don't freaking sell too early. You're going to regret it, man. You're going to regret it. So don't be scared to make money. Scared money does not make money. Take advantage of opportunity. Study the cycles, take your trades. Wave 3 is coming in a lot of these markets, and it's way bigger than wave 1 and 2. Like I said, it dwarfs wave 1 and 2. And all 3 of these coins are on wave 1 and 2. And we've started to go in our 3 wave in the total market cap, but we're not there yet. So you guys, there is a lot of growth inside of the markets left. I just want to let you know, I do think cryptocurrency total market cap will start heading up towards being the same valuation as the U.S. national debt, which is a miracle. That's incredible that we're witnessing that type of growth inside of these markets. And you guys are going to make way more money than you even think. So don't sell everything. And when you do sell, use 3 sell orders of the 25% and leave 25% in long term. And when I mean long term, I mean like long term. Leave it in there. If you sell in 3 different orders across those extensions, you can do pretty well. So, anyways, you guys, I really appreciate you. I know I haven't uploaded for a little while. Just stay tuned for me to upload as I go. Like I said, you guys, I literally have a nonprofit and these different things I'm working on. Got my projects. So my focus really has been on the VIP stuff and the one-on-one stuff over the past few weeks. And I know you haven't been seeing videos and stuff on the channel, but just understand there's a lot of really important things I'm doing, and everybody will benefit from it long term, even if there's less uploads in the short term. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's update. Big price action coming in Bitcoin and altcoins as well. We are only just getting started, you guys. Don't believe the FUD. Don't sell early. Always let your winners ride. If you would have sold all your Apple right here in that first correction, think how pissed off you would have been when it went all the way up to these levels. So, yeah, you guys, it's gonna be one exciting journey. And when we start to see prices really expand, then we'll start to see volume not do so well. But right now we have volume increasing and prices increasing. So it's a lot closer to what happened at the beginning of Apple's bull market over here in this period. We have not started to get into the fullness of the raging bull market until volume starts decreasing. That's a really bad sign. So, but with that being said, Apple is probably going to extend quite a bit higher before it tops. I'm just saying volume decreasing is a long-term bearish signal when prices are rising. It just takes a little while for it to play out usually, right? So those fib extension targets are very high probability. And as volume decreases and prices increase, you usually get quite a bit of an extended wave out. But it does eventually correct, just like how Bitcoin did in 2018. So that's kind of, I do expect a similar thing in like Apple and a lot of these stocks, just because there's so much inflation and market conditions for this type of insanity to be happening in the world right now. But yeah, I do expect a correction at some point because of that decreasing volume, and the same goes for total market cap. Once we really start going big, then you'll notice volume will actually start decreasing while price is increasing. And at some point, there'll be such a divergence where price has gone so high and volume is so low, we'll have to go for another bear market like we saw in 2018. But we're nowhere near there yet. So don't go sell all your crypto today or next week or whatever. Have a plan, set 3 sell orders, and leave some in long term. At least that's what I'm doing. That's how I make my money off these setups. So do what you want, but that's what I'm doing. And yeah, you guys, this is my trading journal, not financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what works for me. My trading journal, what's worked for me, my experiences. So anyways, guys, I better get off to my other calls and stuff today, so I appreciate you tuning in. I look forward to seeing you in future updates, and as always, stay profitable out there.